Now that we've performed some basic configuration, it's time to go and set up our first employee. I can add an employee using the employee self-setup. This will allow us to provide a first name and a surname, an email address and a mobile number. The employee will receive a form via email, and they'll receive a text message while they're filling out that form specific to the tax file declaration section. You can also include qualifications and emergency contact details. And at the end of that process, because the SMS contains a code that's unique to the employee, the ATO is satisfied that this replaces the paper copy required of the tax file declaration. So using this process, you can actually go paperless. In this case though, I'm going to set up an employee on their behalf. So I'm going to go to Add Employees. This employee is going to be my salary employee. First of all, give them a name, a date of birth, a residential address, and if you see the address pop up, just select it from the box. Next, fill out an email address. And a mobile number. Decide how the employee is going to receive notifications. I'm going to leave this one as email. And decide whether you want to turn on self-service for the employee or not. Self-service is the employee's interaction with the software. Click Next. And here we can fill out banking details and super. For super, simply choose a keyword to search for. Click Search and select from the menu. You can also search by product code. Also enter a member number. Click Next. This screen deals with the mechanics of how the employee is actually being paid. Choose a start date, an employment type, so this one's going to be a full-time employee. Select a primary location, so this employee is primarily going to be based at front of house. Select a pay schedule if you have more than one. Decide on a pay rate. This employee is going to be on $65,000 per annum, based on a 38-hour week. And then we're going to select a primary pay category. A primary pay category that's going to be used in this instance is the one that's linked to the annualized pay category that we created earlier. Select a leave template. A leave template is just a way of teaching the system how it should accrue leave on every hour worked. And decide whether or not we're going to use timesheets. Because this is a salary employee, I'm going to keep that as do not use timesheets. Click Next and complete the tax file declaration details. Click the pen to add any additional things that you need, like whether or not they have an accumulated help debt. Choose the date that they signed it. And if you've performed the step of lodging KeyPay as the software provider for the ATO, you can tick this box and lodge this as a tax file declaration now. Once you're finished, click Done. To add an employee that's paid a flat hourly rate, the process is exactly the same. Click Add Employee and follow the same process as described. On the employment details screen, the setup's slightly different. Click on Start Date. Select the employment type. In this case, I'm going to select Casual. And select a pay rate. This employee is going to be paid $25 an hour. And I'm going to leave it as 0 because they're a casual employee. Select the primary pay category. This is going to be casual ordinary hours for this employee. And that's grossed up to $31.25. In other words, it's added a 25% loading. That's one of the settings that we selected in the pay category screen. Choose a leave template. In this case, I'm going to select casual leave. And for timesheets, we are going to use timesheets in this instance. Complete the remainder of the setup as normal. You can go into more detail with the employee settings. Click on the employee's name, head to Locations, and you can decide any additional locations the employee might be able to work at. In this case, we've got front of house by default. but Jay may also be able to work at bar 1. Click Save. You can do the same thing with work types. We've got the 3 public holidays, Saturdays and weekday hours selected by default because they're a casual employee, but they may also be able to select leave without taken on the timesheet as well. Click Close when you're finished. And that's the end of our demonstration on how to configure a brand new business, set up an employee under a salary, and set up employees under an hourly rate basis.